Sometimes change is good, sometimes it's not. Here are a few of the best and worst character redesigns ever. To soothe the wounds you're about to receive, I'll start with the worst. Think of it like ripping off a band-aid rather quickly. For DMC Devil May Cry, a reboot of the series, Dante was completely redesigned as a result of the comments made by the Capcom staff. A ton of people hated the new Dante, especially since he supplanted the classic white-haired rogue who joined fans in 4 prior Devil May Cry games. Old Dante knew his life was a joke and loved every minute of it, while new Dante takes his joke just too seriously. The white hair and the badass red trench coat may be gone for now, but they have not been forgotten. Rad Spencer, Bionic Commando. This is another case of losing the humor in the quest of seriousness. His name is Nathan Rad Spencer, folks. You don't have to try so hard to make him and his world gritty. The Rad in the original Bionic Commando and its remake Rearmed is a sarcastic redhead who wore sunglasses on his super secret mission to destroy the Hitler lookalike, the Leader. Nathan, in the reboot, is fighting a war against terrorists while looking for his missing wife. The weird thing is, that's supposed to be the same guy 10 years apart. The Prince. In 2003, Ubisoft successfully rebooted Prince of Persia with Sands of Time, featuring a charismatic prince in the vein of swashbuckling movie heroes like Robin Hood and the Three Musketeers. How do you follow a great reboot? Ubisoft decided that the answer was more grit and despair. Enter The Warrior Within, which takes the prince's adventures and replaces it with a relentless fight from an undying enemy. The prince turned dark and so did his world. The character and the series were not the better for the change. In fact, the Prince of Persia series never quite got the magic back in the 2 sequels and reboot that followed, and Ubisoft has since shelved it. Bomberman. Like most of these other poor reboots and redesigns, the problem with Bomberman Act Zero is it's trying to cram a serious theme into a character that just doesn't need it. This game lost the plot in spectacular fashion, turning a family-friendly cartoon into a nightmarish post-apocalyptic cyborg. This is the thing that someone greenlit. A committee of people looked at Bomberman Act Zero and thought it was a good idea. If you ever need an illustration of how little some executives know about what players want, here's the best example ever. Now we're on to the winners. Team Fortress Crew. When it came time for Valve to update Team Fortress Classic 8 years into the original's lifespan, they decided to go in a different direction. Instead of the snarling, grimacing faces of the original TF classes, Valve gave the Team Fortress 2 classes a cartoony spin. Each class's silhouette was pushed to be even more distinct, which actually improved gameplay. Being able to tell what you're up against quickly is important in Twitch gaming. It also opened the door up for hilarious TF2 movies. What were once just random classes became actual characters with personality. LARA Croft. This could have gone horribly wrong, but somehow, Eidos pulled it off. While Lara Croft in her original incarnations was a soulless sociopath with an ample bosom and short pants, the new Lara Croft is a well-realized young woman who will eventually become a soulless sociopath. Big improvement. Plus, new Lara wears pants, which is probably a good idea with all that mud, snow, and rock she slides around in. Now, if someone could only find her a sensible jacket. Raiden. Is there anyone who didn't hate the Raiden and Solid Snake bait and switch in Metal Gear Solid 2? Don't answer that. I'm sure there's somebody. Raiden was a decent idea, but the naive soldier thing didn't work out as planned. When Kojima and company brought Raiden back for Metal Gear Solid 4, in his place was a cold, hard, badass cyborg ninja. Even in heels, yes, he was in heels. New Raiden was so awesome that players wanted a Raiden-only game, which went on to become Platinum Games' Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. This is one redesign that actually saved a character for fans. Link. Here's another example where heading in a cartoony direction actually worked out. When Wind Waker was first released, the game was met with some skepticism, especially because fan expectations were tainted by the semi-serious Zelda demo in early GameCube reveals. Years later, after seeing serious entries like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, Wind Waker is a more appreciated game, and Toon Link is a well-loved version of the character. Wind Waker Link and his overall world just ended up more fun and expressive than anything that has ever come before it or after. Before we wrap up this list, we have to give an honorable mention to Voldo. Voldo is forever. Every Voldo design is perfect. Every Voldo design tells you everything you need to know about Voldo. Every Voldo is special. He is the best gaming character today. give love to Voldo. Some call him a demon, but can a demon take up residence in your heart? When the world turns to ash around us, the only thing that will save us is our prayers to Voldo. All hail Voldo. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and if you enjoyed this list, hit that like and subscribe button, and you can always catch up with us at usgamer.net.